everyone. Today we will teach you different types of factoring. First, we have factoring by the greatest common factor. Inside it, we will going to factor greatest common factor, or what we call GCF. Next, common monomial factoring, and also factoring by grouping. We will also teach you on how to factor general trinomials. And last, factoring special products. Factoring special product has three types. First, we have factoring perfect square trinomials. Second, factoring difference of two squares. And last, factoring difference and sum of two cubes.
Hello, my name is Mr. Gil Garcia and I'm here to talk about the greatest common factor. Finding the greatest common factor of a number set can be easy, but there are several steps you need to follow to get there. In order to find the greatest common factor of two numbers, you need to factor out of those numbers using knowledge of timetables. Then identify the largest number that appears in both sets of factors. Method 1. Comparing common factors. Step 1. Find factors of the number. You don't have to know prime factorization to find the greatest common factor. Start by finding all the factors of the set or comparing. Step 2. Compare the set of factors until you find the biggest number that is both sets. Method 2. Using prime numbers. Step 1. Factor each number completely in prime numbers. A prime number is greater than one that has no factor but itself. Example, prime numbers include 5, 17, 97, and 331, to name just a few. Step 2. Identify the common factors. Pick out any prime numbers between the set that are the same. There can be several common factors, one common factor or none. Last step, step 2. Calculate. If there are non-common factors, then the greatest common factor is 1. There's only prime common factor. Then that's your common factor. That's all. I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching.
Hi, I'm John Vincent Parino and I will show you how to find the greatest common factor of 20 is cubes b squared c squared minus 15 a squared b c cubes. First, we will get the number 20 and 15. And we will find its prime factor. The prime of 20 is 5 times 2 times 2. And first, for 15 is 3 times 5. The common factor of 20 and 15 is 5. And now, we will get the variables a cubes a squared. We will get the smaller variables number a cubes divided by a squared is a squared. B squared divided by b, it is b. C squared divided by c cubes equals c squared. And times 20 divided by 5 equals 4. And squared divided by a squared equals a. B squared divided by b equals b. Minus 15 divided by 5 is 3. C squared divided by c cubes is C. And that is how to find the greatest common factor.
Hello, good day. I am Diane Leslie A. Loreto. I was tasked to discuss the common monomial factoring. Common monomial factor is a number of a variable or a combination of number and variable which can be found in each term of a given polynomial. A monomial factor is exactly that. It's a factor often of a polynomial that has only one term. To the factor, a monomial means to express it as a product of two or more monomials. Here's an example. When factoring polynomial, so may have heard people say that the first step is to pull out the greatest monomial factor. This is just another name for factoring out GCF. Let's take 2x squared plus 4x plus 6. For example, every term is a multiple of 2. So we can factor 2 out as the greatest monomial factor. 2x squared plus 2x plus 3. A monomial could also have variables. An example, we got more than just a constant when we factor out the GCF of 20x to the power of 6 plus 5x cubed and 5x cubed 4x cubed plus 1. Hope you have learned today. Thank you and God bless.
Hi guys, I am Kyle Raven A. Sana. So we are doing the factoring by groupings. Step 1. Group the first term. Step 2. Factor out a GCF. Step 3. Factor out common binomial. So, we need to do the same thing. First, step 1, group the first term. Step 2, factor out a GCF. Step 3, factor out a common binomial. Same thing as number 3. Step 1 is we need to group the first term. Second step is we need to factor out a GCF. And step 3, we need to factor out a common binomial.
Hi, I'm Bea, and today we are going to learn on how to factor general trinomials. To factor a trinomial in the form x squared plus bx plus c, find two integers r and s whose product is c and whose sum is b. Rewrite the trinomial as x squared plus rx plus sx plus c, and then use grouping and the distributive property to factor the polynomial. The resulting factors will be x plus r times x plus s. For example, x squared plus 5x plus 6. Look at the number 6. Find two numbers that multiply to 6 but add to the middle term 5. So let's make a list of the numbers that multiply to 6. 1 times 6 is 6, 2 times 3 is 6. But only 2 plus 3 adds to 5, so we will use 2 and 3. The answer is going to be x plus 2 times x plus 3. Let's have another example. X squared plus 8x plus 15. Look at the number 15. Find two numbers that multiply to 15 but add to 8. 1 times 15 is 15 and 5 times 3 is 15. But only 5 times 3 add to 8, so the answer is going to be x plus 3 times x plus 5. And that's it. It is very easy to factor general trinomials. I hope you guys have learned on how to factor general trinomials.
Good day! Next, I'm going to teach you on how to factor difference of two squares. First, what is difference of two squares? The difference of two squares is a squared multiplied by itself, number subtracted from another squared number. So here is the formula that you need to know first. Let's say you have given the number a squared minus b squared. B squared is a square and a squared is also a square. And with the minus sign, we now have the difference of two squares. A squared minus b squared can be factored into a plus b and a minus b. So all you have to do is to find the square root of a squared, which is a, and then find the square root of b squared, which is b. Put them in a parenthesis and separate a and b with the plus or minus sign. And now you get the answer. So let's work on an example problem. Let's say we want to factor x squared minus 36. How do we do that? So the square root of x squared is x, or x to the first power. You simply take the exponent divided by 2, and the square root of 36 is 6. One of them is going to have a plus and one of them is going to have a minus. So that's how you can factor x squared minus 30x. Now let's try another example. Let's say we want to factor x squared minus 49. The square root of x squared is going to be x and the square root of 49 is 7. Then we're going to have x plus 7
And x minus 7.
Good day everyone! Today I will teach you how to factor perfect square trinomials. First, what is a perfect square trinomial? A perfect square trinomial is a trinomial that can be written as the square of a binomial. Recall that when a binomial is squared, the result is the square of the first term added to twice the product of the two terms and the square of the last term. Next, why is it called perfect square trinomial? Expressions of this form are called perfect square trinomials. The name reflects the fact that this type of three-term polynomial can be expressed as a perfect square. How do you know if it is not a perfect square trinomial? Multiply the roots of the first and third terms together. Compare to the middle terms with the result in step 2. If the first and last terms are perfect squares, and the middle term's coefficient is twice the product of the square roots of the first and last terms, then the expression is a perfect square trinomial. So for example, we have the expression x squared plus 6x plus 9. How can we factor this particular expression? First, let's focus on number 9. What two numbers multiply to 9 but add to the middle coefficient 6? So let's try 3. 3 times 3 is equal to 9. 3 plus 3 is also equal to 6. So the answer here is 3. To factor this expression, it's going to be x plus 3 times x plus 3. To check if your answer is correct, FOIL the expression. So let's FOIL it. X times x is x squared, x times 3 is 3x, and 3 times x is also 3x. And last, 3 times 3 is 9. So if you add the middle term, it's going to be 6x because 3x plus 3x is equal to 6x. So you will get the expression x squared plus 6x plus 9. So we can write it as x plus 3 squared to make it perfect square trinomials. So that's the end of the tutorial on factoring perfect square trinomials.
Hi, it's me again. This time, we're going to learn on how to factor the sum and difference of two cubes. Now, if we factor the expression x cubed plus 8, there's an equation that you want to use, and it is a cubed plus b cubed. This is equal to a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. Keep in mind that a is x and b is 2. So, a plus b, that is going to be x plus 2. A squared is x squared. A times b, or x times 2 is 2x. and 2 squared is 2 times 2, so 4. And this is how you factor the sum and difference of two cubes. I hope you guys have learned from this video. Bye!